It's becoming apparent Marco's gonna be living on Muni in Season 3 of Star vs. Forces of Evil. But why? What overall purpose does it serve to the plot and his character? And what about Jackie? Well, let's talk about all that today on Muni Monday. This Muni Monday is sponsored by Star Amino. Amino, of course, is the app where you can unleash your inner fandom. We've talked about Amino before in the past, but it's grown exponentially since we last showed it. Not only has the community grown, but now there's quizzes, new tabs on the homepage, leaderboards, and so much more. And of course, the same old good stuff you love about Amino is still there. The numerous chats tailored to a specific topic in the Star vs. Forces of Evil fandom, sharing fan art, vlogs, gifts, and more. And while we're all hyped for a Season 3 premiere movie, Battle for Muni, I've created a poll that I want you guys to check out. And it's related to the topic of this video, Marco. It's a would you rather. Would you rather have Marco and Jackie break up in beginning Season 3, but he never dates Star, or have him and Jackie date throughout Season 3 and then eventually date Star in the later seasons of the show? Username is OstricVox, and this should be the first post you'll see when you go to my page. Star Amino is available for iOS and Android, links in the description. Now let's get on with Muni Monday. Hey guys, OstricVox here. Hope you're having a great Monday. Star vs. Forces of Evil Season 3 is high up on the list of anticipated shows and their new run of episodes in 2017 for me. The Season 3 premiere, airing this July, is a 2-hour TV movie event, Battle for Muni. And how could you not be hyped for it? It looks like we're getting backstory on Moon and Toffee, Ludo invading Muni, something that was set up throughout Season 2, and now, Marco living on Muni, perhaps for the entirety of Season 3. Now, we all know at the end of Season 2, Star left Earth for Muni after Moon and the Magical High Commission encountered a Toffee-possessed Ludo who threatened Star to Moon that he's coming for his finger. This left many people shook. Me included, I was jaw-dropped the entire time. So the idea of Star and Toffee having a reunion after they both have seemed to learn some new tricks really excites me. But Star had to confess her feelings to Marco, and she's under the impression that she's never going to see Earth again and therefore never see Marco again. But she forgot one thing. Marco has his interdimensional scissors and will go to Muni to talk to Star and let her know that everything's okay. That, yeah, things are kind of complicated right now, but they're going to work things out. That even if they're not on the same page on how they feel about each other, that's not going to stop him from being friends with her. Because he loves her. She's his best friend. But that doesn't mean he's going to live on Muni. However, it's probably in his best interest. Now let's get the obvious thing out of the way. Marco living on Muni for the entirety of the summer, and assuming Season 3 is going to be the entirety of summer, serves as a parallel to Star living on Earth for the first 2 seasons. But I think it goes deeper than that, and benefits that Marco has from living on Muni. First things first, him and his parents probably aren't safe on Earth. I don't know if Mr. and Mrs. Diaz are going to tag along for the ride, but they probably should. Toffee knows all about Marco and where he lives. Toffee's been in their house before. And as the end of Season 1 shown, Toffee isn't above kidnapping, and he knows that he can easily manipulate Star when Marco is in the equation. So with Toffee, Ludo, whoever is out and about, and they're going after Star, they're going to go after everyone she cares about too. Now at Ponyhead, she's royalty. She can take care of herself. So can Kelly, Tom, although Star probably cares about her to a lesser extent, and people such as Starfan13 and Jana. Well, Ludo and therefore Toffee encountered them, as Toffee was definitely observing through Ludo's wand, but they don't know where she lives. And they're likely unaware of Marco's relationship with Jackie too, so they wouldn't come after Jackie. It's just the Diaz's who would be in peril. And for that reason, until all this is resolved, they should just reside on Muni. And it works. If I recall, Marco's mother is a teacher, which means she'd be on summer break and not working anyways. Raphael is an independent artist, so it's not like he has a 9 to 5 every day anyways. And I'm sure actually living in Muni, meeting so many diverse creatures would do wonders for his art. Although we only saw Marco's room in the new opening, the Diaz's not even being in there at all, I still don't want to rule out them living on Muni for those reasons. It just wouldn't make much sense to me if Marco moved to Muni for safety, but not his parents. And they were already endangered before. Hungry Larry, Miss Heinous. Although both situations turned out decent for them, the more adventures Star and Marco go on, the more danger they're put in, the higher the stakes are for them and everyone they love. They need to be protected. Next up is Marco's relationship with Jackie, and a lot of people assume Jackie and Marco are donezo. She's not in the Season 3 opening, so she doesn't matter, but if they're barely on Earth in Season 3, then why would she be in the opening? And while she did help Janna fight off rats and Bon Bon the birthday clown, Jackie still doesn't seem like the kind of person to get engaged with combat. Magical adventure is just maybe too much for her. And after Star's confession to Marco, Jackie may be very paranoid and anxious about her relationship with Marco, so maybe this is going to go on a little break over summer. If Marco can't stay on Earth, then they can just take some time to evaluate everything, how they feel about each other, and once the summer's over, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. But since Marco has dimensional scissors, I wouldn't doubt him going back and forth and still seeing Jackie anyways. Like I said, their breakup is not a guarantee. Although I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be down with Marco living with Star, especially all that's happened. I still think she'd be rational and understanding enough to be like, okay, his life is kind of in danger, so I don't really have much say in the matter, but I'm not going to break up with him because of it. At its core, Jackie and Marco's relationship is special. Marco has admired Jackie for years, and as he said in Sleepover, Jackie deserves someone who wants to get to know her. And that person should be him, and currently it is him. And throughout the second half of Season 2, he has been less attentive to Jackie as he should be, focusing more attention to Star, but can he really help it? Star lost Glossaric, she lost her book. If my best friend is going through some stress like that, I'm gonna be there for them too. I feel like a lot of people want to paint their relationship as black and white, but I feel as if it's more complex than that. Granted, they're only teenagers, like 14, 15. I don't know if they age anymore since the show began. Probably not since it's only been a school year, but I feel like it'd be poor writing if Jackie and Marco were only together for half a season, and then she was only seen in 2 or 3 episodes of that half season, and then they just break up. It just seems like a waste of time at that point. Especially since we're in this show for the long haul. We know Season 4 is coming, and that's not guaranteed to be the final season. So in the grand scheme of things, Jackie and Marco dating for a hot second, it just feels cliche. Even if we don't get a whole lot of Jackie in Season 3, she's a part of Marco's character arc, and Nefsy already said Starco's not going to happen anytime soon just because it loses its tension, its build-up, just for them to get together, and then, well, that's that. While I do want to see Star and Marco get together at the end of the series and even date for maybe a season or half a season, I feel like a lot of their dynamic comes from the fact that they aren't together. And a boy and a girl living together in high school, dating, but I digress. I just don't think Jackie's going anywhere. And as much as I support Starco, and I'm not really big on Jarko, I'd still be pretty disappointed and kind of irritated if Jarko just went away like that. Simply because it's not fair to Marco's character. All that build up for 2-3 episodes? Give me a break. Last but not least is training. If Marco's on Muni, and he already knows karate, and he leveled up a bit in Season 2 with running with scissors, although according to Adam MacArthur, his voice actor, his memories are starting to fade from that, I still think they're building up Marco to be a more skilled fighter, and it makes sense. Star is royalty, and although she's been shown to handle herself, some extra muscle still wouldn't hurt. Star and Marco's lives, their destinies, they're intertwined now, as signified by the Blood Moon. So although Marco throughout Season 2 became a red belt, and then he spent 50 years in Hekapu's dimension, and I hope at least is capable of doing all those moves and everything he learned, there's always room for improvement. And if Toffee's on the prowl, he needs to be focused and ready for anything. That's why I believe River will probably train him, because River looks like he knows how to throw down. Moon may be a badass, definitely one of my favorite Disney moms, if not the best. But her husband is no joke either. He can show Marco the ropes. Throughout Season 3, have him learn sword fighting, really sharpen his martial arts, get him ready to take on anything, and just make him an experienced warrior. Maybe even a knight? I could see it. Marco's training arc would be very vital to the development of his character. It would put on a heavier sense of responsibility, one that Star already has, and would definitely mature him. Have him understand the gravity of the situation, so that if he gets kidnapped again, and considering Star has Marco's hoodie wrapped around her in the most recent promo, he does get kidnapped again, he'll be able to put up a fair fight. And we won't have a repeat from the castle where he's all talk, but whenever he actually tries to put those words into action, it falls flat on his face. It's not a good look for you, Marco. Not a good look at all. And just like how Moon armored up, ready for action in the Season 2 finale, I want to see both Star and Marco do the same this season. Give them their own armor, their own arsenal. Toffee's trying to square up, let him square up. But this time he won't know what hit him. Eclipsa gets freed, she's trying to do some heinous shit. No pun intended to Miss Heinous. While I'm sure she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, Marco and Star should still be able to pull up a fair fight together. And that's the thing, Star is only growing more powerful. Baby says she hasn't seen anything like this since Queen Eclipsa. With all that potential, Marco, who throughout the series has always been on an even playing field with her, needs to catch up, and this is the perfect opportunity for him to do so. But with all that said, what do you guys think? Why is Marco living on Muni? Do you like this change of dynamic? Do you hope it lasts throughout the season? Or are you actually not a fan of it, and you liked it better when it was just Star on Earth? with the occasional trip to Muni. Honestly, a change in scenery and status quo, especially for a show like Star, in this day and age, is very important. Because if you look at shows like Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, the status quo always changes slightly, but never to the point where the main setting changes. A regular show did it with its final season, but again, that was its final season. Star is doing it in the middle of the series. That's an admirable and bold move, and I hope it sticks. So yeah, let's get a discussion going in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, it really helps us out. And if you're feeling generous, support us on Patreon. Be sure to check out Amino. And be sure to follow us on social media, check out the Roundtable website, join our Discord, and so much more. Links to everything in the description. Ostrich Vox, signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meaning Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.